So guys, thank you so much for making the time to attend today's session. I really want you to turn on your cameras if that's possible for more interaction and for a better interaction with Adam. I'm actually so proud of Adam being one of my CCC students. By CCC, I mean the students that belong to the Competitive College Club, which is our virtual comprehensive program that we host students for at least a year or more in order to prepare them for applications to US universities. So Adam happens to be one of my students, and he's today presenting about, or will present to us about the YYGS, the Yale Young Global Scholars. So I really want you to focus with Adam and to seize each opportunity to ask him questions because he's an alum of this program and he will be telling you more about how you can apply and how to make your application more competitive. I will not be the host for the session today, unfortunately, because I'm on a day off, but I will leave Adam to it. And I also trust him with all the questions and all the interactions that he will have with you. In case you want to reach out to me for any kind of questions related to the college application or to summer programs that you want to do in the future, I'm leaving my email address right here and my business WhatsApp number right here so that you can reach out to me. Adam will record the session. I will be sending a copy to everyone who registered for today's session. Other than that, I wish you the best with today's session. And Adam, you got this. So you have all the audience in front of you. You can tell them everything about the program. And I wish you a great session, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Over
All
to you,
right.
Adam. Thank you, guys. Bye.
So, hi everyone. My name is Adam, and I will be presenting an info session about the Yale Young Global Scholars that I got to be a part of last year. I'm new in 2024. No, 2025, sorry. Time flies. And basically, it's just an introduction for you all, going through what it is, a general overview, talking more in depth about living at Yale and the application process, and maybe just some few tips and to say a lot about the financial aid. We're speaking within the slides, but okay, so let me just give me a second. I have not used Zoom since the COVID days. So, okay. My name is Edem Awinit. I am a student at the Discipline of Mazawit Pioneer High School, and I got to be a part of YYGS last year with some fellow Tunisians. Stuff about me. I'm troisième math, and I am suffering, let me tell you that, to say the least. I did the YES Youth Exchange Study Program last in 2 years ago, and I got placed in Michigan, which was a really nice experience. I got to be a part of the civic education workshop, which let us Tunisians just roam around Capitol Hill in DC and visit senators and just a general one-of-a-kind experience. And last year, I got to be a part of Yale Young Global Scholars with a fellow friend of mine, Midik. And it was pretty nice to say the least. I'll tell you more about it. But this session is especially for you guys that may not be familiar with Yale or the US summer programs. And by the end, I hope that you guys would have a clear understanding of whether this is right for you and to maybe hopefully apply. So, what is YYGS? YYGS is the Yale Young Global Scholars. It is a highly selective 2-week academic program hosted every year at the Yale University in the United States. It's residential. It holds students from more than 150 countries. I say 150 students per session. They used to have 3 sessions. And it takes you to study at a pre-college level at the Yale campus and go ahead and participate in lectures, go take some classes, and live in the dorms and just experience the college Yale life that is really good in New Haven. And what makes YYGS unique is that it combines academics, global diversity, and just residential campus life. معناتها to say in Tunisian يهزوكم غادي تعيشوا في الدورمز نتاعهم you eat at the dining halls. دوروا في الكامبوس الكل تقراوا عند بروفيت متاع يال. يعملكم quelques lectures وبعد تعملوا classes on topics that you want to understand. And it's not a summer camp. It's more of a academic experience to change from our schools and where you get to think, discuss ideas, and just collaborate with other people that come from different backgrounds. I know I met a lot of people all around the globe and made a lot of really good friends that I still talk to this day and appreciate. So people that are eligible for this program usually tend to be around 16 to 18 during the year the program would happen, and usually have a strong academic curiosity and comfortable talking in English. But you do not need good grades. I say this because I was a science sophomore, deuxième science, and I struggled a lot with my grades, but there I was. You just have to show some intellectual engagement, openness to learn and meet new people, and just have some motivation. YYGS does value students from all educational systems, just saying if anybody's doing IB, French baccalaureate, or just studying in a normal high school. But this year, I am sorry to say that I was pretty late doing this info session, but usually there's an early action round and regular decision, so kind of like US universities, if you guys know about it, but basically there's a period طبعا period وين تنجموا تعملوا مسبق and have more time to plan if you get accepted to go there or just a regular decision. But keep in mind that applying early does not increase your acceptance chances, but well, as I said, it does give you more time to plan if you do get accepted. And this year, for 2026, there are going to be three academic tracks. So ISC, Innovation and Science and Technology, PLE, Politics, Law and Economics, and what the one I got chose for, SGC, Solving Global Challenges. It's the best one, by the way. But I'm pretty biased as well. But you only get to apply to one academic session called a track, and it basically defines the theme of what you will study for the entire 2 weeks that you will be at the campus. And you are not expected to be um, an expert in the topic because it's just what you have interest on based on your application. Because YYGS does look for interest and curiosity rather than specialization in the topic. But each session will include various lectures, seminars, group works, and projects related to that theme. We got a capstone basically like for the second week, the entire second week, we work together to do a fictional NGO to solve a topic in a world. And basically, it was a competition, but whoever got the best NGO won the sum of money of the budget that was allocated for them. But it was pretty fun. I think we got second, really close side to the first guys. But choosing your session is very important because your application essays that we will talk about later should connect clearly to what you're going for. But ISC, to go delve more on topic, ISC does focus on scientific discoveries and technological inventions. That's what my friend Mirik did. And it can include several new topics like artificial intelligence, biotechnology, engineering, and data science, basically. I know they had a field trip, هزوهم to it was a museum in New Haven that was pretty nice about technology that they went to. We did not, sadly, but that track is ideal for students interested in STEM. STEM is science, technique, info, those topics, and just problem solving through innovation, especially in our modern times. PLE. PLE explores more about the politics and how societies are governed and how our decisions and politicians are made at national and global levels. Like students that I know did this topic used to examine like public policy, international laws, and the economic systems around many countries around the globe. And it usually suits people that are interested in debate. Timune, if you guys do that. I was a member in one. And leadership, diplomacy, and other social sciences. And SGC is the one I did. Is I'd say a jack of all trade, master of none. If I had to describe it, basically, it's very problem focused. Like our lectures were about health in one, law, climate change, another one about rights, another one about urban planning. It's very varied, and that's what I liked about it. Uh, and other ethical perspectives, I'd say too, but often just working in a team to propose better solutions. But keep in mind that none of these tracks are better than the other. Just the admissions evaluates you based on your preferences and what you said in the essays that you wrote during the application. Okay. And keep in mind that living at Yale and YYGS uses a university-style learning module. I forgot to say it. But basically, it's not like a summer camp or high school. It's a pre-college. So basically, you're kind of like college students studying at the university. And you attend large lectures. Like, I don't know if you've seen in movies, those rooms that are like high up, and the teacher just has a big whiteboard. And usually the lectures are given by Yale professors or experts in the field, and where they introduce to you new ideas or frameworks that you did not know beforehand, maybe. It depends on your preferences and topics that you learn about. But after, there's also like small seminars and where you discuss the concepts with the other students in your family time and instructors. And it's pretty cool. Okay, so life on campus. As I said earlier, YYGS is fully residential, meaning that you stay in the campus for the entire 2 weeks and do not leave the campus or New Haven. And in these times, you will just stay as a group, usually family time is basically like a group of students you'll see every day, all day. You can become friends with them. I know I still talk to the ones in my family time. And they are usually the people that you go to these lectures and breakout sessions at the end of the day. And you can maybe, if you get assigned with them, to work on a capstone, which is the one I talked about earlier, which is a community program that you do. Like as I said, last year we had to make a fictional NGO that was pretty fun. It was like a competition through an entire week. You planned and it goes really in details, which I loved. And maybe learn a lot of new things and a lot of critical thinking. But aside the academics, you stay in the Yale residential colleges and share dorms with other people. But uh you can request a singular room. There are a lot of them if you like to keep cozy to your own or just have some religious uh practices you have to do. But meals were provided in the Yale dining halls in the university, giving you a real taste of being like a college student, which was really fun. And there was a lot of dining halls around. You could go, they had different food, and we just go as friends, try one at lunch, one at breakfast, and one at dinner. It was pretty fun. But there's also a lot of social event, cultural activities. There was like a talent show or speaker series where students gave out a presentation about a certain topic, which was really fun. Also, other discussions that help students bond and a lot of free time to discover places around campus, get to know people. I know several times we went to the common room where we played pool, met a lot of people, or went outside and just kicked a ball. And people would literally run to play with you, which was really fun and not what I was used to. It just makes you living together, it just makes you feel more keen to the place and have a stronger sense of community and allows you to have more friendships. So like you'd wake up, get breakfast, sorry, then go to the lectures that happens at the start of the day where everybody who chose your track Everybody is together. They sit at a lecture, usually take notes, talk together, even though it's not allowed. And after that, you go for lunch, then have some seminars or group works, depending on the classes you took, which was really fun. You'd also, some people had some workshops, some labs, and at the end of the night, we just have dinner, sit together at the common room after breakout and talking about the topic that was talked about during the lecture, and just getting to know people. But in my opinion, what sets YYGS apart is the people, because you learn a lot of them, their countries, their culture. They bring different perspective and experiences, which having done an exchange year also, I knew that, but for some people that maybe have not left the country and get to experience this, your brain will expand, literally. But this diversity enriches also like assumptions of what you had about some people. It is intense, but also really rewarding because many students say it's changed their way of thinking, their way of living, and I'm not exaggerating, and maybe even themselves. And it often inspires them to have a better academic future and leadership goals. Okay, the application process. Just so you know, the application is holistic, meaning they look at your entire profile, not just the academic grades. يحبوا يعرفوا أكثر عليك أنت شكونك، شلون تحب تعمل في حياتك، شنو مطامحك، شنو اللي عملت if you had a passion project that you did maybe. Group work, they're really keen on that. Your activities, extracurricular, music, sport, they want to know everything. Basically, it's kind of similar to a college application, which is really nice. And you will have to give some personal information, academic, short essay questions, and a list of experiences and activities, as I said. But the essays is what I'm focusing on. It's the most important part. Through that, they allow you to explain your interests and goals and motivations, how you want to do this stuff. And you can even get a recommendation letter. I know I did from Mr. Ham. Thank God for her. I love her. But it was pretty nice to do. It helped me in leveling my playing field. How do I explain this? طبعا فاهمك بالعربي. By getting that recommendation letter, they knew more about me, what I did, and just give me more of an idea about myself. And it reflected me as a person. على قرايتي وأنا شكون. They don't just look at grades. And the good thing is you don't have to have a test score done, like SAT or TOEFL and all that. You can just apply, and they are optional. They don't need them. I know I applied without needing any of them. But usually, what they want is people that are curious, willing to engage in these discussion, open to different viewpoints, and just have a lot of initiative inside and outside the classroom. They're not looking for a single type of student. ما يحبوش على عبد انا مبهر في المات، انا مبهر في المادة هذه، نعمل كان هذا. يحبوا على العباد ده فاغي، ما عندهم برشا نيونسي، هذيك الكلمة اللي حتى كان عندهم awards or they did international competitions, they went to the moon. It just, they need people to see how they think and how you reflect on the others, basically, and you communicate your interests. Like your background, school system, and opportunities that were given to your life are all considered, but they're not the main basis. What they need is your essays. And yeah, so I know I talked a lot about myself, about my exchange year, what I learned from that. That's what I use my basis on. Also about my family and how my mom is director in a bank, my dad is a teacher, like how they, through their work, reflected on me and made me be the person I am today, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'll talk about it more in the Q&A. If you guys have any questions about the application later on, I will gladly answer those for you. I know it's a tight deadline because this year they finish on the 7th of January, but hopefully you can also apply next year if you're not turning 18 in 2027. Before a date, I think it's before June. Uh, yeah, as I said, doing those essays, you will have the first thing, you will have to choose what track you want. And it's like, I want this one first, and this one second, and this one third. And every question is like, why do you want that track? Why do you want to study that subject? Why do you want to do this? For my example in SGC, I had to say, oh, I've been always keen on these topics that I wanted to do ever since I was young. I've been involved in a lot of community work, and just show them that I'm passionate about this. It's not like a flat topic, if you know what I mean. And just connect to these experiences and what they ask you to stuff that's happening around you and happening in your life, and demonstrate that you learned from them. You did not just achieve them and stop there. You always wanted to do more. Okay, financial aid. So YYGS is committed to accessibility and offer need-based financial aid to all students. When I went there, the tuition costs about $7,000 without the traveling cost, and I gladly got a full financial aid. So I didn't have to pay a penny, just the ticket to go and the visa fee. But YYGS is committed to being accessible to international students, and aid can range from partial tuition reductions to full scholarships. In some cases, also, travel support is also available. And if you don't go in the residential way, I'm 99% sure there's online Yale Young Global Scholars, but there's also one in Kenya called the Yale Young African Scholars, which is really helpful to us. I did not partake in that one, but I have several of my friends that did, and they love the experience and also help them in their profile after when applying to other universities. But applying for financial aid does not reduce your chances of admissions, just so you know. And the admissions and final aid processes are separate. I'm pretty sure that the if you do the admission without sending the financial aid, you can still go back after the deadline and finish them, I'm pretty sure. But students should honestly apply and not assume they're ineligible for not having the money. Like, even if you get accepted, and then based on the financial aid, you do not get a good enough aid, you can just be like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. But because of that, many international students do attend YYGS with significant financial support. I know I had a lot of friends that I got to know that I think half of them were from international countries ranging from the MENA region, Europe, Asia, and even a lot from the States, but like South America. But just so you know that from that they do cover a lot of stuff like your housing, your food, but yeah, some activities that you guys may do, but keep in mind that you have to bring some money just with you if you go outside campus, go to the stores, because a lot of us did go to some restaurants and cafes to experience New Haven. You don't get to visit the entire city, but you do have a sector near campus that you can walk around and get to know. They have like a shopping district not very far, some clothing stores, thrift stores, and convenience stores. That was really nice. But to apply, you have to complete the financial aid section in the application, provide family income and financial information, and submit the documentation when requested. Basically, ماذا قولي أمي وبابي يخدموا بلاصة هذه واش عملوا السنة. I think you have to give like the 3 last years, and also there's an essay talk about, um we can't really afford these in this time because this and this and this happened to us. The Tunisian dinar is not doing really good right now, and just the wages don't match to us being able to go to the program, if that makes sense. And some tips I could give you to submit a strong application is if you're not applying this year, start early and give yourself some time to think about your essays. Be authentic. Talk about what you don't talk about what you think they want to hear at the admissions. Talk about what genuinely interests you in your free time in the essays and why. And connect your interest to one chosen track, especially. Like if I chose SGC, I'm not going to be talking about economics or like stuff like that. And you can also ask somebody you trust, a teacher, a parent, a mentor, even a friend that has strong lingual abilities to just review your essays, but do not use AI. I do not stand for AI. And yeah, just know that authenticity is your greatest strength. And some of the advice I have is you don't have to be a perfect person to apply. I'd say be creative, be curious, and just have effort. And just know that financial aid does exist. So do not say, I cannot afford this, so I will not apply. And even if you don't get accepted, every application is a learning curve. So just know that this is very similar to future United States university applications, so you'll have a basis of what to do. And just, yeah, I mean, I love my experience, and just remember, last thing, don't self-reject yourself. And thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me talk to you about this session. Now I'd like to dedicate all this time to your questions and what you guys